Breaking news! What if I told you the Ravens' preseason win over the Cowboys wasn't just about the 31-13 scoreline? What if I told you that behind the highlight plays, a few names might have changed their futures in Baltimore forever? Some players are quietly forcing their way onto the 53-man roster, while others may have just fumbled away the opportunity of a lifetime. The drama is building, the pressure is mounting, and what we saw last night could shake up the depth chart in ways nobody expected. But before we move on, make sure you hit that like button if you're a true Ravens fan. It's always amazing to see fans of all ages supporting this team. And if you feel like it, comment, "Go Ravens," to let the flock know you're here. Let's get into it. The Ravens crushed the Dallas Cowboys 31-13, improving to 2-0 in the preseason, but this game had a different vibe compared to the win over the Colts. In Indy, there were far more negatives than positives, too many sloppy moments, questionable execution, and glaring holes. But this time, this was Ravens football. The defense looked elite. The quarterback play was sharp. The offensive line, much improved. It wasn't just a win, it was a statement. And the breakout name of the night? Kean Martin. This kid looked like he was shot out of a cannon. From the very first play, he was making noise, literally. 3 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and a safety, all in a flash. His performance wasn't just impactful, it was loud, aggressive, and mistake-free. He's reminding fans of Darius Washington in the way he plays downhill and with urgency. This is a guy pushing hard for a spot in a crowded safety room, and after last night, he may have just earned it. If you blinked, you might have missed the play. But trust me, he made sure the coaches didn't. Still, he wasn't alone in stealing the show. Devontae Walker is the name buzzing around the Ravens facility, and for good reason. 6 receptions, 61 yards, averaging over 10 yards per catch, and 4 first downs. Cooper Rush looked for him early and often, and why not? Walker looked like he didn't belong on the same field with some of those defenders. And here's the kicker, he's been living up to the hype that surrounded him since July. Training camp standouts often fade under the lights of real competition, but not Walker. This guy is translating practice flash into in-game production. Sure, he hasn't done it in a regular season game yet, but against opposing jerseys, he looks like a dude who belongs. And if there's one underdog story Ravens fans need to keep their eyes on, it's Ruben Lowery. The undrafted rookie out of Chattanooga has been quietly building momentum, and last night, he exploded onto the scene. 2 tackles, 2 assists, a pass breakup, and an interception. And it wasn't just the stats, it was the context. Lowery took the field before Bo Braid. That speaks volumes. For a UDFA to leapfrog a returning contributor in preseason snaps, that's not an accident. It's performance-based. Lowery's consistently been making plays since camp started, and now he's doing it in live action. From overlooked prospect to probable roster lock, this is why we love preseason football. Meanwhile, there's a quiet redemption arc unfolding for Tyler Loop. After landing on the losers list a week ago, Loop flipped the script in a big way. 5 of 6 on field goal attempts, including a smooth 53-yarder. He nailed both of his extra points and, incredibly, scored 21 fantasy points. That's not just a bounce back, that's a statement. He might still need some work from the right hash, but from the left side, the guy is automatic. This is the kind of performance that can change the narrative for a kicker on the bubble. But the final winner of the night wasn't a player, it was defensive coordinator Zach Orr. The scheme, the execution, the adjustments, it was all dialed in. Outside of one 50-yard play, Dallas was completely bottled up. Their quarterbacks, Joe Milton and Will Greer, were rendered ineffective. The Cowboys' run game, non-existent, and the second-string defense, possibly one of the best in the league. Orr's got talent, no doubt, but he's also proving he knows how to use it. From Malachi Starks to Mike Green, this defense was flying around and setting the tone. Now, while we're celebrating the winners, it's not all good news coming out of this game. A few players may have taken a step backward, and there's one name in particular that fans had high hopes for, but might be fading from the spotlight. Are we witnessing a shift in the Ravens' depth chart that could shake things up going into week 3 of the preseason? Picking up right where we left off, because not everything about the Ravens' preseason win over Dallas was perfect. With winners, there always come losers, and a few players found themselves on the wrong end of the spotlight last night. And this matters, because every snap in August can be the difference between earning a roster spot or being one of the names on the cut list. One of the toughest evaluations of the night was Leonte Wester. Now, let's be clear, this isn't a knock on his overall talent or future potential. The kid can play. But against Dallas, things just didn't click. His route running was sloppy, and it showed up on Cooper Rush's first interception of the game. The Cowboys' defense was sitting in zone coverage, eyes on the quarterback, and Wester's weak route allowed defenders to jump it with ease. Sure, Rush still shouldn't have thrown that ball, but Wester didn't do him any favors. On top of that, he had a brutal drop that killed momentum. Fans have seen flashes from him before, and there's no question he's got ability, but consistency is the difference maker in the NFL. Right now, he's on the needs to bounce back list heading into week 3. Devin Leary's struggles continued as well, and honestly, at this point, it feels like a broken record. This is his second straight appearance on the losers list this preseason, and it wouldn't be surprising if you could dig through last year's preseason games and find him in the same spot. Accuracy? Missing. Decision-making? Shaky. Footwork? Nervous. Every now and then, he makes a throw that reminds you why he's in camp, but those flashes are few and far between. The Ravens appear to be giving him reps simply to preserve Cooper Rush, but the truth is, every wasted snap with Leary under center is one that could be better spent elsewhere. Fans might roll their eyes when names like Ryan Tannehill are thrown around, but the point is simple. If Leary continues down this road, the team may need to explore other backup options. And then there's Beau Braid. This one hurts for fans because Braid was a favorite just a year ago, a player who looked like he was primed to take the next step. When Darius Washington went down, the opportunity was sitting right there for him. Same skill set, same role, and plenty of reasons to believe Braid could be the guy. But opportunity only matters if you seize it. Instead, he's being outsnapped by an undrafted rookie in Ruben Lowry. That's not just a red flag, it's a reality check. To be fair, Braid still has a strong chance to make the roster, but the expectations from last year compared to the reality of this summer are night and day. Fans wanted to be talking about his growth. Instead, we're wondering if he's losing his grip on the role entirely. And that's what makes this preseason so fascinating for Ravens fans. It's not just about watching Lamar Jackson light it up or seeing Zay Flowers torch defenders. It's about the battles happening deeper down the roster. Because those depth players matter. They're the ones who step in during injuries, who play critical snaps on special teams, who sometimes become surprise stars. For every Kean Martin rising, there's a Beau Braid falling. For every Walker proving his hype is real, there's a Wester showing how thin the margin for error really is. As the Ravens head into their final preseason game, the stakes couldn't be higher. Coaches will be watching every rep, every tackle, every snap with even more scrutiny. Some players are trying to lock down starting roles, others are fighting just to stay in the building. And Ravens fans? They're left wondering who's going to be part of the journey when the games start to count. So here's the question. If you had to make the call right now, which one of these players would you keep, and which would you cut? Do you still believe in Beau Braid? Do you think Leonte Wester deserves another chance? Or is it time to clear space for breakout names like Ruben Lowry and Kean Martin? Drop your thoughts below. I want to hear it. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more daily Ravens coverage. We've got one more week of preseason before the real games begin, and you won't want to miss a single update. Thanks for watching, and check out the next video on screen now for more Ravens news.